This program contains profanity and actual opinions and does not comply with the Rothingham Code for Media. Listen at your own risk. This PSA was brought to you by the Rothingham Department of Communication.
This is Radio Rothingham.
It is 2016, and you're listening to the first episode of Radio Rothingham of this year. So yeah, it's been a few weeks. That's because Christmas and New Year and well, I've been really busy. I don't know about you guys. Have you been busy?
Yes. Very busy.
Yeah. So Astra's sick still. That little cold, whatever she had, it's still there. She can't speak. So we got German, put him out of his cage, and he's forced to be with us. So say hello, Backfoon.
Hello.
And also we got Panboy with us still.
Hi.
And Xaverius.
The exact moment you start recording, Mom walks into the room and starts knocking on the glass window. I don't know why.
Fucking amazing. It's almost as if she knew we were starting a podcast.
She's a parent. She always knows.
That's very true. Parents have the tendency to do that sort of thing.
Yep.
So seeing as it is now the magical year of 2016, which is going to be the main argument for any argument ever for the course of this entire year.
Don't be ridiculous, Artrix. The most important thing we all need to remember is now that it's 2016, it's not 2015 anymore, so we don't have to care about feminism. We don't have to care about women in parliament, because it's not 2015.
No, it's 2016.
Exactly.
Which means that we have
everything they said, everything anyone said that it's 2015 for, is now null and void.
Yeah,
that argument is invalid.
Because now it's 2016, and that means that we need to have proper quotas for otherkin and people with large systems and alien and which is also part of otherkin. So yeah, it's 2016. Enough said.
2016.
I would drop a microphone, but this microphone is a bit expensive, so I won't be doing that. So yeah, let's start off this episode kind of lighthearted, before we really delve into the really heavy shit. And then let's talk about our Christmases and our New Year's. So how was that? Was it amazing? Did you enjoy the...
Have you ever read a little book called Dante's Inferno?
It's not.
I know about it.
It's medium-sized.
Well, it's referred. They call it the Divine Comedy because it's really talking about the fact that life, death, and everything about it is a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And we're all just the big punchline of
the
some
point of it is
deity.
that everything is absurd.
Mm-hmm. And I think that pretty well describes my holiday experiences. Family, friends, all the greatest ways in life that just come together and make you feel the most miserable possible.
That sounds grand. So how about you, Xaverius?
What about me?
Did you celebrate anything for Christmas or New Year's?
I had to go to my grandma and talk to my relatives.
Okay, so was it exciting?
I've seen my cousin. I haven't seen him in like 12 years.
Well, that's the thing that happens.
Yes, I now know what he looks like, and he's even older than you. You're officially not the oldest person I know.
Well,
Wow.
Good for you. Well, yeah, aside from parents, then I have some bad news.
Is that me or you with the shitty internet? Because this thing keeps dropping.
I don't know. It's
yeah. Apparently, Buck keeps cutting off too, so it's probably your fault.
my internet is doing just fine. It can stream at maximum capacity.
Well, if I can't if it cuts off for me, and if it cuts off for back too, and not for you, and not for Panboy, then that means that the problem is somewhere between Netherlands and Germany. Oh.
The connection is not perfect for me either.
So it's Artrix's fault.
Yeah,
Probably.
just blame it on me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's probably the Dutch immigrants. They are making their move.
Yeah, they're hogging all our internets.
You're using all your bandwidth to stream. Probably the real problem.
That is impossible because it's only using 1.1 megabits, and I got a 5 megabit upload. So, yeah, checkmate atheists. Backfoon, how was your holiday season?
It was alright. I mean, despite the fact, except for the fact that my sister kept bragging with her boyfriend and the fact that I don't have a girlfriend yet, everything was alright, I guess.
Do you know what you need to do to fix that? Hire 7 prostitutes.
And exactly 7. Exactly. I mean, 6.9 won't do. It needs to be exactly 7.
Well, I for one am okay with employing disabled people.
Or, you could, do what is the common thing today and go on the internet, find one of these mythical sites. They call them dating sites. You may have heard of them.
No.
And you put up a photo of yourself. This is very important. If you don't put up a photo, no one wants to talk to you. Okay? Because
Photo.
you're just a stalker.
Photo.
Yeah. A photo. If there's no photo, you get no hits. So most importantly, go on your dating site, put a photo of you up. It can also be a photo of a famous 80s celebrity that everyone's forgotten about. That also works. But it's important. No photo, no hits.
They put up a photo and then you get...
profiles on many sites. I don't get any hits because I won't put a photo.
Holy fuck, you cut off at every third word.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
none of that, Artrix.
I do. Sort of. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. The internet is being weird. I don't like it.
It's Skype. Skype
Okay.
being a shit.
Let's
yeah,
resolve
that
this
was-
little issue. Artrix, hang up the call.
And we initiate it.
Yeah, no, someone else initiate it. Someone who's not running streaming.
That helps. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll hang up.
Okay.
This is some quality streaming right here.
Is it? Oh, Xavier and Back aren't picking up.
No, he's... Oh. Yeah, they're not picking up. Good job.
Maybe I rang too fast and their computers were still busy hanging up because they both run on toasters.
Maybe. Maybe Beck is one of those... I don't know.
The connection between us seems fine.
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe that... that someone other than me should be hosting the call. But, yeah. No, we don't have a Beck and Xaverius. Well, this is awkward. So yeah, just drawing this completely random chick. It kind of looks like Ariel, but not really.
And what did you do for your Christmas, Artrix?
What I did is very excited to pay close attention because I'm going to lay down on you the amazing story of my Christmas. I went to my parents and I stayed there for about 2 days and then GTFO'd because I was getting bored. And for New Year's I just hung out with a bunch of friends. So yeah, that's my amazing story of New Year's. To restart the call again because they are not.
Yeah. I'll hang up.
All right. This is quality. It. Alright. Let's see if this is gonna. Okay. Everyone's. Yeah, we got Xaverius and we got Backfoon. We're officially back up and running.
Seems so.
WB.
But for how long?
I don't know, but it seems that it has fixed the
Dutch it had.
more consistent.
I'm checking the connection quality. Skype is saying the connection speed between you is unknown.
Wow, that's very specific.
It is. It's the best
says
feedback.
My microphone is absolutely great at working, and apparently the speed of the connection cannot be measured.
Mm-hmm.
It's such good.
Yeah, that's right.
Such good many quality. Wow.
Mini quality, wow. So since everyone's so enthralled by our amazing Christmas stories,
We should
I
probably
think-
cut out the last 2 minutes.
We
of
forgot
this
about the New Year stories.
call.
I had a great New Year.
okay, so what's your New Year story?
Well, the first day of the year was okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then the second day of the second day of the year, I went and I crashed my car, and now it's ruined.
Wait, you totaled your car?
No, not totaled. I
okay.
just sort of lost the front bumper and the metal part under it, and the mask, and kind of bumped the entire front a bit.
No, so it's mostly
Mostly cosmetic, except unless the right, I don't know what it's called in English, the right metal part that's under the right right light, that metal part. If that's scratched, it's going to be pain in the ass straighten.
But that would be the crumple zone. And
Yes, it is the crumple zone, and it did crumple. Now, see, the problem was it already was crumpled like 2 centimeters, which wasn't a big issue. But if it got crumpled 2 more centimeters, then it's 4 centimeters now, and that is a bit issue. You understand what I mean?
Yes, because now you have no more crumple.
Exactly. So I have an appointment with the technician who actually repairs the structural parts of vehicles, and he's going to have a look at it. At the very least, he's going to move it from the gas station where I parked it. Like it can drive. It can drive. It's all right. The only thing that went wrong on it are the lights. Actually, the bulbs still work.
Oh yeah, it's all right. It's just the whole front of it is bendy, and now it goes sideways.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't even matter. It's bendy. The metal part that got broken, I can replace that. That's cheap. The only problem is that I can't fit the parts back. In case it's crumpled too much.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, what you need to do is buy a new car.
I need to move to Ukraine.
Oh.
They don't really care about the state the cars are in.
Ah.
All
Yeah.
I need is to buy a new cooler.
Or Vietnam. You move to Vietnam, you don't even need doors on your car.
Because the cooler is the only thing that got damaged because it's slightly bent and I don't know if it leaks or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now
I didn't have the balls or energy to go from work to the other town, which is 20 kilometers, and look at the car.
now I'll just go ahead and draw Xaverius's car.
You don't even know what my car looks like.
It
No.
looks like a crumpled piece of plastic now.
No? It doesn't look like a crumpled piece of plastic when the plastic parts are missing, Panboy. God damn it, follow what I'm saying.
So you taking off all the bodywork?
No, I just don't have the front bumper.
Anyway, maybe we should grand list of topics and
Okay, Artrix, it's Vectra. Okay.
okay, I'm not going to fucking look up the brand.
Opel Vectra, also known as Vauxhall.
I'm not even going to make it technically accurate.
And you know
Crumples.
what? You know what car I crashed into?
What?
Was it another Vectra?
I crashed into Subaru Forester, which is about 4 times bigger than my car, and it ended up a bit worse because I broke the thing the wheel is put into the axle. The axle holder. I don't know what it's called in English again.
But whose fault was it? Did you?
Mine.
Oh.
I'm shit driving. Whose fault it should be?
Oh god. I'm never stepping into a car with you, Xaverius, seriously.
You are actually safe in the car with me. You are unsafe in the other cars.
He has a point.
Anyway, speaking of things that are unsafe, let's talk about the elephant in the room right now, which is
Entire of Europe.
Yes.
No. Luxembourg is still pretty safe, but the rest of Europe is pretty shitty right now.
We are safe too because we are basically a transition zone. Nobody wants to.
That's that too. No
Nobody
one
wants to stay here. It's great. Making a laugh at other people's misery.
Mm-hmm. So, there was a little thing going on in Cologne, Germany the other day. I think it was New Year.
I hate to tell you guys, but this is a well-kept secret. Legitimately it is. But these things didn't just happen in Cologne. They apparently also happened in Hamburg and somewhere else in Oslo, I think.
Well, that's Sweden. We all know that Sweden's
that's
the rape capital.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's Sweden. That doesn't even count.
That's on the order of the day in Sweden.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, I went to work and got raped like 3 times.
Mm-hmm. That is Sweden.
They don't even register it anymore.
No, they're like, that's normal. Just ignore. But yeah, it's one big clusterfuck because okay, so this was clearly a very coordinated attack. Because that's more or less all. It's not like you're 1,000 people. They're like just coincidentally all going out to do the. So yeah, you got that going on, and then there's politicians that have no fucking clue. That they're like, oh, go ahead.
I could actually see it happening on New Year's Eve. Thousands of Muslims go out in the street to celebrate with everyone else. Mm-hmm. Then they realize, oh my god, look at all these women. And they just become a mob and start wandering around, harassing people out of groupthink.
Yep.
I don't think there was any planning at all. I think it was serendipitous for the Muslims. I mean, for the dark people of North African and Arab descent.
Yes.
I don't know about that. And by which you mean the whole, they just sort of all got the same idea and started doing it.
I think they started doing it because they saw everyone around them was already doing it, and then it became a mob.
Yeah. Also, they probably started doing it because, in nondescript countries of North African origin, when you see a woman without a burqa, it's usually a prostitute. And they are fair game from what I know.
Yeah.
Except that, don't they just kill those women outright over there?
They sometimes kill the guy who raped them. Depends.
Depends on whether they're feeling, generous that day. Because from what I get, it's usually the other way around. It's like, you had sex with that woman without wedlock. Okay, so we're going to kill the woman.
It depends on the type of a person who does the honor killing. Like, yeah, you fuck my sister, I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to kill my sister because she dishonored our family.
Well, it depends entirely on whether the event was actually reported by anyone. Because if someone reports the sexual assault in Muslim courts, then obviously you need to kill the person who reported it.
Yeah,
because they just admitted to having sex out of wedlock.
Yep.
But
also, the person who reported it needs to have 7 male witnesses. So, unless you got raped by a gangbang, well, good luck.
Yeah, and then you're pretty much screwed. But you're screwed anyway, so yeah. So yeah, this happened, and the most telling thing about the whole ordeal is just how slow the media was to report on it.
They didn't report on it at all until it started to blow up on social media.
And that's how slow the media is.
So yeah, I guess we're still shitlords for, having the audacity of expecting some sort of, objectivity in our reporting, but we can't do like that.
It was fun to watch it, like, the inner struggle between their need to protect women and their need to protect brown people.
Yeah, it's almost as if those two things don't go hand in hand.
I was
nonsense, Artrix. Every culture on the earth is the same.
Oh yeah.
I saw some people. It was actually what's her face, the one who wrote Harry Potter. She was saying that we need to not address this problem as it's a problem with Muslims, but as it's a problem with women's rights. And I was reading this, I was thinking, in Germany and in most of Europe, there is no problem with women's rights. Women have the right to go out on the street and not be raped. That's in Germany, that is the law. It's not a problem of women's rights. It's a problem of importing people who do not respect women's rights. Because in their countries, women don't have rights at all.
Nope.
And I think that's the point she was trying to make, that we need to address women's rights in those countries. But we have no say in what happens in those countries. We can't. Not without an invasion force.
It so far failed miserably.
Yeah, and invading doesn't really work either. So yeah.
Of course it does. Just no one's actually bothered trying to invade. No.
Yeah, nobody invaded enough.
No, yeah, they didn't. The Americans have went in, blown up a few people, then left, or just left smatterings of their little military scattered around, being occupying force. But they didn't. They never invaded, never destroyed the local government, took it over entirely, and rebuilt the city infrastructure.
They were like, we are Americans now, we are here. They'll respect us. Probably the same way like they respected them in Korea and Vietnam.
But yeah, no, the old-fashioned way of invading is gone, where a kingdom would just, roll over another country, completely obliterate their army, and then say, you're ours now.
Nope. It doesn't work like that. I mean, that doesn't really work like that since 15th century.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, if you want regime change in the Middle East of the drastic levels that people actually do, of the drastic levels Europeans want, you do have to do that. It's what ISIS are trying to do. I don't really agree with their point of view, to be honest, but they're just trying to do it right.
They are effective.
They're a lot more effective than we are.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad, because
because they don't really have the concept of diplomacy and the things like what's it called, dignified treatment of POWs.
Dignified treatment of anyone.
Okay.
I'm
pretty sure they even killed themselves for the lols. Like, it's Thursday kill day. We're gonna kill you. Why? For the lols.
I keep seeing the same argument put forward by pro-Muslim people, where they say it's not ISIS that are it's not moderate Muslims that are these horrible people going around murdering everyone. It's just ISIS. It's just the extremists. And then you
not all
see
Muslims, yeah.
And then you see a lovely picture of a gang of men on top of a building throwing people off the top of that building into a crowd of moderate Muslims who then pick up stones and throw it at the person who just fell off a building. And I was like, yeah, I can see the difference between the extremists and the moderates. The extremists have guns, moderates have rocks.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. The extremists have guns.
Well, to be perfectly honest, those
Guns are extreme rocks.
that too. But they might be the extreme Muslims living in those villages that are like pro-ISIS, because all the Muslims that are like, fuck this shit, I just want to play Xbox, that they were all killed.
Yeah, and the Muslims that realized are like, ISIS is the best ice.
Yeah. That sure is a pun.
I just hope we don't see a mass immigration in Ireland soon. Our politicians have said we won't see the refugees until 2016, which is the year it is now.
It is
It's
2016.
2016, Panboy.
It is
Come on, Panboy, it's 2016.
the year of Muslim invasion. I mean, of Arab and North
Cultural
African.
enrichment.
Yeah,
But Panboy, don't you guys have, Arabs already?
I'm
in
sure there's a
Ireland?
few. But,
I was in Ireland and I saw a bunch of them. And I was like, yeah, this isn't any different than over here or anywhere else in Europe.
yes, but the difference is, Artrix, we have a small integrated population of Muslims who obey mostly Irish culture, but sometimes make their girls wear burqas, which a lot of people don't like, because that's horrible. But still, they are not the people who are throwing gay people off the roof of buildings and then fleeing the country to other countries to throw gay people off the roof of buildings.
Of more buildings.
Yeah, of taller buildings, actually.
Yes. And those buildings are on fire.
They will be.
Well, that hasn't happened yet.
It's happening in France.
Wait, what?
Muslim attacks.
Oh, okay, because that's a small fry. For a moment, I thought they were throwing gay people out of buildings in France. That would have been something new.
And the only building on fire that happened was the one in Dubai.
Actually, we don't know what's happening in the Muslim areas of France, because
They are Muslim areas of France.
Exactly.
You don't get there unless you're a Muslim.
And from what I've heard, that there are Shari police in these Muslim areas of France,
It's a fucking ghetto. The
And
police
they're-
doesn't want to set foot there.
and they are enforcing Shari law. So just because we haven't seen the horrors of it, I can't say it's not happening, because that's what happens when you have Shari law.
Yeah. And the police is not going to come there because even the police wants to stay alive.
The reporters aren't going to go there either, because speaking ill of Islam is punishable by death under Shari law. So
So the solution is very obvious.
Also, if they spoke ill of Islam, they would be racist. Come on.
That too. That all the other press would be very quick to publish all the clickbaity nonsense about how racist the other reporter is.
See, that was the best part. Watching all these political correct people, how they are very confused.
They sure were confused.
They have these friendly brown people, and suddenly they are attacking women, but women and brown people. Let's just take it for the women. There's something wrong about women's rights or something.
Also, we obviously need to tell women to, from now on, they should keep an arm's length from all the men.
That's what Mayor of Cologne did, right?
Oh god, that was so fucking stupid.
It was absolutely great. Like, keep an arm's distance from strangers. Yeah, that's a valuable advice in a moment where a group of strangers is actively trying to get all around you into your face and or vagina.
It's like, oi man. And then the woman is like, but I'm an arm's length away from you. And then the guy's like, oh man, you're an arm's length away from me. I can't do nothing. Sorry man.
I guess I have to go home now.
Yeah, I guess I have to go home and rethink everything. Yeah.
Except none.
Oh yeah, and Angela Merkel is like, It's like we now have to just have to accept that
I
refugees are more violent.
like
criminal.
Angela's reaction. She actually acknowledged there might be a problem. For about the first time. Yeah, and the thing, we Germans have to acknowledge that the immigrants are inherently more violent or prone to crime. That's what she said.
Yeah, don't worry, Germans.
Yeah,
bit violent, a bit criminal, but it's fine.
Angela, please stop being racist and saying all these lies about friendly brown people.
Yeah, she's being a shitlord.
And as a reaction to the things that happened in the news here, she said that the perpetrators of the crimes should...
wait, before you go on, before you finish that sentence, did she also say that it's 2016?
No, she didn't, unfortunately.
Well, she's not proper regressive left then, but go ahead.
She's not regressive. Yeah, she said that the perpetrators of the crimes should be punished without regard on their origin or any race. Which is a nice addendum. Like I'm very glad she said that, because one could think that punishing criminals without regard on their race and place of origin is a thing that happens normally in the law system.
Yep, exactly. It's not. It's almost as if there's nothing in the German law about, I don't know, something against discrimination and stuff. That's not present in German law at all. So it's very important that Merkel added that to that statement. So yeah, I'm throwing a very angry man right now.
Is that because we had an angry reaction to the current
I don't have an angry
political
reaction.
state?
I'm just disgusted.
No, we're not angry, because if we were angry, we'd be yelling, and we're not.
Oh.
I might be kinda angry. I mean, I have said a whole sentence or several sentences, and I didn't even make much pauses. Which I usually don't do, because I keep forgetting words that I'm going to say.
Good job.
Yes, I know.
So yeah, a lot of shit going on right now in regards to the refugees and shit, and I'm sure this is the last thing we will hear about it. I'm pretty sure that by the next episode there's going to be another scandal that's going to, the politicians going to be like, oh gee, I didn't expect that at all. So surprised. And then the press is going to be like, see, we were right. Oh wait, we're not. We're a bunch of idiots. Anyways.
Yeah. Something will happen by the next episode. Artrix will take care of that.
That too.
Just so we have material to talk about.
Exactly. I'm not even going to say that. I'm pretty sure that some of these people don't even have a sense of humor, and they just take it literally.
Yeah, Artrix is going to go to Cologne and put a soapbox on the square there and be like, Muslims are nice, and then he'll run away.
Mm-hmm. No. I'll just no. Xaverius, that is not. It's 2016. That's not how you do it.
It's 2016.
No. It's 2016. This is what will happen. So put a soapbox on at the train station in downtown Cologne, and that's it. I'll get arrested because I was attempting to use free speech. It's like, how dare you express an opinion?
Also, you were trying to step on that soapbox without its permission.
That too. Anyway, Panboy wants.
And what is more, it's actually more likely is like you are attempting to detonate a bomb, because a box can have anything inside.
That's true.
They can. But you just reminded me that Twitter has actually made a change to its terms and services recently, which basically says you cannot post anything which might incite a negative reaction in anyone.
Oh,
yes.
So in other words, already violated the terms of service because I posted a link to this here recording. So yeah, someone's gonna be offended. Oh god.
I am offended by those terms of service.
Me too. I posted that I was offended by the terms of service, and I'm expecting to get banned any day now.
I'm expecting the Twitter to get banned because I'm offended.
Will most likely happen.
They should ban Twitter. They should ban it themselves.
Yep.
But I mean, this new aspect of the terms of service could be basically interpreted by anyone to make any tweet become offensive. Even the least offensive tweet you can even ever.
I believe it might be the purpose.
Yeah, maybe it's like say that this opinion offended me, and they're just using it to weed out all the nonsense reports. Like, okay, this person was doxxed, and this is a legitimate death threat, and this is just someone disagreeing to. Okay, discard. So yeah, to save them a lot of work. It could be used to basically remove any tweets they don't like.
Yes, and I think that's the point. It's basically to censor all sense of free speech on Twitter.
We'll have to make a new Twitter.
I think it's just that it's kind of stupid and dumb because it's called League of Gamers, but it's kind of like a social media platform specifically made for gamers, and it's kind of like Twitter, except it's being maintained for gamers. And
yes, but the reason Twitter is popular is because it has mass market appeal, which is fading rapidly.
At this point, yeah. At this rate, yes.
It's been fading before that, but I don't think this helps.
No.
It's getting more.
It's getting more desperate.
And the stupid thing is that I read this post here today. Today I read a post on Kotaku by Kotaku Connection that Zoe Quinn is like the literally who is like who I don't know, I don't even know, but she was like we ought to remove all Gamergate content from the YouTubes and Twitter because content suggested videos and whatnot, and it's
sorry, is Chelsea trying to remove something from the internet?
Yeah,
surprisingly.
Well, it worked for her the last time.
Well, good luck with that, I suppose.
Well, she got all the money.
Yeah, but not so much anymore. Well, it's not. It's one of the other literally who's like losing large sums of money because they're
they started to bore people.
Yeah. So now they're just trying to stir up shit again to get more Patreon bucks.
I love that service.
Speaking of people losing their shit, let's turn over to Backfoon because he had a lovely topic for us.
He lost all his shit.
Exactly.
So apparently, go ahead.
Yeah, probably it's the product of someone losing a said matter of their system, and when it manifests, it creates this. Basically, what happened is that Hasbro has put some Equestria Girls shorts onto the internet, and they are not in the usual 2D style. They're actually a crappy 3D rendered something abomination.
Back, I'm gonna finish, but come on, it's 2016.
Come on, it's 2016.
Yeah, it's been about time we got to 3D.
Yeah, but 3D and not even trying 3D. I saw in-game GC sequences that looked better from
in 2003.
Not even 2003.
Come on, it's 2016.
1996.
I don't think it was 3D yet.
Look back. Someone sent them a few copies of Half-Life 2, and then they got Source Filmmaker, and they figured we could make pony movies with this.
No, that's the thing. Even those look better than this crap.
Wow.
I know, Beck. I've seen some pretty bad source filmmaker porn.
See, but the Hasbro has mandated a budget on polygons. Because polygons cost money.
Yeah.
Especially free-range polygons.
They need all the polys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've seen the clip and it looks... Well, it looks fucking soulless.
Fantastic.
Well, this 2016, so yeah.
No one has a soul in 2016.
Come on, it is next-gen graphics.
Come on, it's
what else
2016. No one's got a soul in 2016.
Artrix. What else?
Just like the games.
What else do you need from a cartoon? But next-gen graphics. Come on.
Look, and what 2015 gave us was a shitty hoverboard, which then got banned for being explosive.
Except apparently that's bullshit, in the sense that they're so Thunderfoot made a time video about this shit.
It is explosive. It is as explosive as a normal lithium battery. Well, the supercharging ones. Except, the hoverboards don't really have the problem of overcharging solved. So sometimes they overcharge and then they explode.
Basically, they're just cheap batteries that go on fire.
Yeah. So just replace batteries and you're good to go. I mean, people hold batteries to their ear all the time.
Those can also explode.
Exactly. And those aren't banned because they have the fucking Twitter and Facebook on it, and you can't,
Well, it seemed... I guess there was more hoverboards exploding than there are phones. You don't hear about cell phones exploding very much.
Yeah, because usually when they overcharge, just the battery loses its battery capacity. Or, well, not capacity, the ability to retain it. It doesn't explode.
You also don't hear of Priuses exploding. Same batteries, and they're even bigger. So, I think the problem actually is with the hoverboards.
And not with the batteries.
Well, with the batteries in the hoverboards.
Yeah.
It's the solution that they employed. That's a problem.
Basically, hoverboards are badly made.
Yeah.
They also don't hover.
Back, you use your special powers of German engineering to save the day.
I would ban hoverboards because they look awful. I want real hoverboards, not this.
I agree.
Hoverboards.
Using those hoverboards is a good way of signaling to the world that you're a douchebag. It's like you're using them.
Hoverboards is hoverboarding.
They're really just the Segway of the 2010s.
Yeah, they are Segway without the part that enables you to control it.
Yeah.
That too. So yeah, you might as well just buy a sign that says "I'm a huge douchebag," and it has exactly the same effect, but it's a lot cheaper.
That's what happens if you buy an iPhone.
Well,
No. When you buy an iPhone, it's akin to holding a sign that says "I'm an idiot" and a hipster douchebag, and insert generic insult here.
There's legitimately one situation where Segways are actually practical. And that's when you're on a large freighter. Or an oil tanker.
Okay.
You see, because they're small, you can store them easily, and you can charge them on the oil tanker from its engines. And you don't need to carry exposed fuel supply. And oil tankers are 2 miles long.
Because, oil tankers are basically giant fucking generators.
So, just to get around top of an oil tanker. That's where they're useful. They're not useful in any other situation at all, ever.
But why is it useful to move around on oil tankers? You could just walk by foot.
Panboy depends on how retarded you are, because the guy who I replaced at the place where I work moved on to Prague, and he's in a company, and apparently one weekend, well, Friday, they decided they'll have a Segway race in the corridor of their offices.
Because it's slightly faster than walking.
If I remember correctly, it ended up with several holes in the walls and a guy who got rammed into a closet.
Oh, well, see.
On the Segway, because he didn't handle a turn.
That's not a problem on oil tankers, Zab, because all the walls are metal.
Yeah.
Everything is metal. It's like the Fire Nation, but IRL.
That's pretty metal, bro.
For good reason. Oil tankers are highly flammable.
That might explain why they would do such a thing. Just maybe.
Yeah. Oh, that's another reason they use segways over petrol-powered bikes, because they're less of a fire hazard. Although with those lithium-ion batteries, not so much.
And anyway, I think we were discussing this abomination of my little thing.
My little thing.
Yeah, it's called My Little Thing, and it's the most generic thing ever, which why it's called My Little Thing, because you can just...
My little thing.
My little
thing.
In today's episode, Twilight does a thing and she's using object. Go ahead and create your own story.
Artrix, you are cutting out. All I got from what you just said is that Twilight takes an object and interacts with nondescript people from North Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you can do with such a story. You can. And you'll be rich.
Beginning to think Artrix's computer can't handle streaming and Skype.
Yep. You need to upgrade Artrix. Buy something that has more than 2 cores.
I have more than 2 cores. I got a quad core.
I don't believe you. I think you're secretly Aeon.
No, I'm not.
You're actually running this on a toaster.
No.
Wait. Do people who by chance don't know Aeon, the listeners of this podcast, do they know what Aeon is?
Don't worry. We'll just leave that hanging. They can guess.
Yep.
Oh,
it's just someone we know.
I was just, maybe it would be useful to tell the story about the computer.
No, not really, because we actually have a whole bunch of topics to discuss, and we're already about 45 minutes in. So,
Topic number 2.
So this is a story for another time. I'm sorry, all our 3.5 listeners.
Yeah, we are still busy talking about the abomination.
Except that there isn't much to say about it. It looks like
it's ugly, soulless. So basically, bronies will eat it up.
Yeah.
So, is it the CG level of the MechWarrior, the BattleTech cartoon of the early 90s?
No, from what I've seen, it's.
I think
it's slightly better than Prince of Persia 3D.
Oh no!
Only slightly.
Only slightly.
That's because even no matter how hard you try, there is only the lowest quality level that you can achieve, and basically that's what they had to go for.
Yeah, they didn't have a lower resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm getting the impression you guys don't really think the show will be very good.
What do you mean? It's going to be brilliant. It had Twilight put popcorn into a ceramic bowl, and then the ceramic bowl cooked the popcorn, even though there was no external source of energy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the popcorn exploded over half of the kitchen, even though it was only 1 packet.
And you see. This is funny.
Is this a sex fetish?
Probably.
It's probably someone's fetish.
Well, I mean, at the end there was Spike with a full belly. Come on, it's so tough.
Oh, yeah. That makes it infinitely more funny. Because
he ate the popcorn in those 3 seconds.
and it's funny because it's a lot of popcorn.
Yeah.
And he ate it all, so he's gonna have a tummy ache or something like that.
Yeah, but at least it's just SJW conform because it isn't offending anyone.
No, that's incorrect.
You're mistaken, because everybody who follows Tumblr knows that if you give a popcorn to a dog, the dog dies. It's like with chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's like kryptonite.
It's fine. Spike's actually a dragon. He'll be fine.
You put the chocolate into half a meter distance of a dog, and the dog gets all, it gets cramps and starts bleeding from its eyes and shit.
Then
Chocolate is
that's animal abuse. It's also other kind of abuse. Formative and whatever. And in there because the protagonist is purple.
You brought up an interesting point. Spike is a dragon who identifies as a dog.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Or the other way around, I'm not sure.
Is that problematic?
It's probably problematic.
All the problematic shit. Anyway, so yeah, we'll probably bring up this new thing when we get more information, and it's probably not gonna get any better, but who knows? So one thing that may
is it better or worse than the 3D cartoon about ponies that's trying to make money on the MLP fame? The Unicorn Academy, or I don't know what it was named.
I know which one you're talking about.
I don't have no idea what it's named like.
That other terrible spin-off made by third party.
I have to give them they are good at facial expressions, but that's the only thing they are good at.
Fair enough. Yeah, from what I've seen, yeah, they did the facial expressions interestingly, but that's all I can say about it.
Yeah, there most likely were some stock facial expressions that they came with the purchase of the free software.
No, but that's how they did Elder Scrolls Online.
Well, you see, exactly. If they use similar assets, then yeah.
So yeah, about someone who makes cartoons that are not terrible. Apparently, Alex Hirsch is making a new show for Foul.
The weird guy from Twitter.
Yeah, and the weird guy that makes that one
doesn't
weird.
Tell me anything.
Foulx. You know, the guys that make.
Yeah, the Mark
Sports.
Oh, fuck.
No, those.
And
Foulx.
News.
Is that
So we don't have this crap over here.
The American TV station that's famous for
Yiffing.
killing every single good TV series that was on it, especially Firefly.
Oh, that's not yiffing at all.
No, Firefly is great. It was back when Joss Whedon made great things.
Joss Whedon made good things.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Are you sure?
Buffy. You had Buffy. You had Firefly. Those were great things.
Okay.
So yeah, given that Gravity Falls is, in my humble opinion, Xaverius doesn't really seem to like, in the sense that he hasn't really watched it.
I don't bother.
Yeah, he doesn't even bother. That's how dedicated he is to Gravity.
Such dedicate. Many interest. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This week's Radio Rothingham's going to come out great on the other end.
Especially the Artrix's part.
Yeah, well, his part, all his voice will sound fine because he can hear himself on his computer.
Mm.
But the listeners will have no idea that we can't actually hear half of what he's saying.
Well, we are good at improvising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apparently, because that it's the most important thing that you guys can hear me. I mean, that the audience can hear you guys.
Mm-hmm. That is important, but it makes it hard for us to reply to you when we can't hear what you're saying.
You're just replying to him right now.
Well, maybe it's probably just a one-off thing because, we've done 13 freaking episodes already and we didn't have this problem in any of those.
That is why I said this episode.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you guys think about, do you think the show that Alex is working on is actually going to be any good?
But what show is he going to be working on?
Well, we don't know, but it's probably going to be adult. It's going to be on Fox.
Fox.
I mean, Fox.
Well, I can't really comment on the quality of a show that doesn't exist.
That we don't even know how in what form it's going to be exist.
Look, here's the thing. Saying this person this person made something and now they're making something else. You liked the first thing. Now, are you going to like the second thing? I don't know. I've seen lots of things made by people who made good things that were absolutely awful. Or
yeah,
I've had no interest in whatsoever.
Like Joss Whedon.
Exactly, Joss Whedon makes lots of trash.
I have no interest in seeing Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think it's a decent movie.
Oh well, in that case, I suppose this was a pretty short topic.
Also, he directed all these Avengers movies and stuff that I don't even register because that's a blockbuster. That's not Joss Whedon's domain.
Look, I love me some blockbuster movies. They're stupid. They're full of explosions. They're just fun action. Don't think too hard.
Nothing of that is what Joss Whedon does or used to do.
Also, Panboy, you're obviously a shitlord because movies need to grow up.
No.
You're a shitlord. Shitlord, don't
Look, both movies and video games need the same thing right now. And that's more stupid shit.
No, that's true.
Look,
that's why Panboy is trying to make a game.
Mm-hmm. Like if you look at the most popular franchises now, which keep getting regurgitated over and over again, they are just shooty melodramas where they give you a gun, send you to shoot a bunch of people, and it's like, oh, look at the world, it's all gone so horrible, how could we let this happen? And you're like,
or worse, it's Five Nights at Freddy.
And you're like, what? No, just give me a grenade launcher and a building and have the grenades make the building fall down.
Fuck yeah, grenade launcher is awesome.
That's what I want to happen. Like, you've got like games like Far Cry where it's like, oh, isn't everyone terrible? The world here is so terrible. Don't you feel bad about all this murder you're doing? Like, look at
all these people. Look at how deep they are and the moral dilemmas they present.
And I'm just like, no.
Except not. Like, this guy is an asshole, this guy is an asshole too, I'm just going to shoot both of them.
I'm like, no, why? I'm more worried about the fact that I just fired 7 grenades into a grass hut and the grass hut is still there.
Yeah.
It's 2016.
Also the reloading animation is all wrong.
That too. And the worst thing is, for the Crysis engine that these games are built on, when you fired grenades into Crysis buildings in the game Crysis that came out 10 years ago, they fell down.
Wait, I don't think Crysis uses the same engine because... No.
It's the Cry engine, isn't it?
Well, it's built on the Cry engine, but, Far Cry 2 used Dunya.
Yeah, it's been modified.
It's been modified.
A lot. And they took all the good things out.
Obviously, because if they kept all the physics of buildings that can explode, they wouldn't have enough space for the burning trees and burning grass. Which, by the way, since Far Cry 3 is not as good as it was in 2, they modified it too for the wars.
Yep. There's only been one game in the past century that really lived up to the modern age of gaming. And that was Red Faction Guerrilla, where you could get in a Jeep, drive at high speed, and park on the second floor of a building after driving through the roof.
Yeah, and also with that game had destruction physics that seemed kind of silly but fun.
Well, yes,
fun.
That's how you were able to drive through the roof.
Yep.
Because it got out of the way.
Yeah, but also is a demolition man. So
yes.
That's his job and his weapon, and that's how we do a lot of missions, but just wrecking the shit out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything must be in a state of not being assembled.
That's right.
Everything, even the people.
Exactly.
All right, my video game rant was off topic.
We had a topic?
But
I don't.
No, that let's drop the Alex Hirsch thing because yes, he's making a new series. Yeah. It's for folks,
and nobody knows what it's about. By the way, do you know what does the folks say?
What does folks say?
It says cancel this TV series.
Of course it does, but at least it's not Disney was like, yeah, we're just gonna go and put this series in a fucking terrible time slot that no one ever watches, and then we just let it die silently.
It's exactly what Fox did with Firefly.
Oh. So they just dumped it in terrible time slot.
So they broadcasted the episodes out of order.
Oh
It
god.
was kind of crucial in a series when there was character development. Yes, actual character development in a TV series. I know.
And plot
no.
development.
That too.
Like, there was a sequence of events that happened from episode to episode.
Yes, and that's how the characters developed.
Mm-hmm.
Through the events. But no, that's just aired it randomly, and they actually left out the episode. And after... Oh god, Fox. Don't even let me start. Well, I already started, so I might as well finish. You know, when they got the Firefly pilot, this two-parter that was focused on introducing the characters, you know what the Fox said?
Mm-hmm.
Not enough action.
Speaking of...
Basically, we didn't have to make a second episode that was about a train robbery.
Speaking of shitty TV, how about them Cartoon Networks in the UK? And they were like...
By the way, about shitty TVs, you know what happened this year? Which I don't really care about, but it's good.
Well, this
Or
2016...
It's 2016, and Netflix has came to Czech Republic.
Oh my god.
Holy fucking
Like
jumping
Panboy.
Jesus.
Yes.
Holy shit, I finally arrived at the third world.
Exactly. I said to Czech Republic along with Cambodia.
But Zad, you'll have a horrible problem. You'll only one person in the country is going to be able to watch it because you don't have enough bandwidth.
No, that's me personally who doesn't have enough bandwidth.
It's amazing.
Panboy, the nearest town is 6 kilometers over, and they have optics there. It's just me who has the shit internet. I'm
it's-
probably the last person in the country who has that.
Are you saying you could move down the street and not be in the third world anymore?
No, I would have to move 6 kilometers.
It's just a normal day in Czech Republic, and I want to watch Netflix. Hey neighbor, stop watching Netflix. You can watch Netflix.
I really want to watch Netflix. I don't like Netflix. It takes about 25 to 30% of the entire internet's bandwidth.
Mm-hmm.
And I am against that. And what do you need for these high definition movies? Are you really trying to tell me that you have anything of value from watching something in 4K or 8K or whatever Netflix is offering right now?
4K is a bit overkill, but 1080p is nice.
Then 1080p is like okay, but no, people need 4K because
No one but
People have that-
nerds cares about 4K because it's only marginally better than
I know, but
1080.
Netflix is not a service that's marketed to nerds. It's marketed to bloody fucking users. That's the problem. It's normal people, and normal people need the most megapixels they can get. So they get all their 144 hertz TVs with 2000 FPS.
Wait, what the fuck? 400 hertz screens and 200 FPS. It's overkill.
That's overkill. No, I was exaggerating.
Oh,
But the instruction manual on my TV said I needed that for 3D.
Yeah. That's
for
slightly. Also, it wasn't 400. It was 144.
for 3D project for 3D movies, yes, a high frame rate is kind of thing you need because 3D and shit.
I've never understood that. I had perfectly enjoyable 12 frame per second 3D on my Sega Master System with shutter glasses. At 12 frames a second. And the 3D effect was really prominent. It really was. You should go play Missile Command with the shutter glasses, it's great.
Marvelous. So yeah, so Cartoon Network in the UK was apparently like, okay, so we're an extremely progressive country, so progressive. So
Progressive.
yes, so we're going to censor an episode of Steven Universe because there is There's a scene in which two girls dance, and it's suggestive and shit.
Stop. Let me say what is delicious irony. They censored Steven Universe,
Yep,
the
that
most
too.
progressive show on Tumblr.
Yep. I find it hilarious. But I also find it more hilarious that there's outcry over this, because they censor everything on British TV. I used to watch Scrubs on RTE and TV3, and it was fine, I was watching it, I was enjoying it. There was some lewd jokes every now and again. People said bad words. And then I watched it rerun on E4 a few months later. I was like, wait.
There's all extra 20 minutes.
No. There was less, because E4 is an English station.
Oh.
And
What? Stop trying to bring real life into this Artrix.
and there was a lot of cuts. Every time someone said a bad word, it was cut. Suggestive jokes were cut. Innuendos were cut, and sometimes they would just They would just mute out the audio for a second.
Jeez.
And the guy would still mouth the word. You're like, what?
Yeah, and you're like, did my internet just stutter?
You're like, okay, that's
Or did my TV stutter? Because I don't know if you watch your TV on the internet.
mhm.
Well, the real question is, did they censor that one scene in Equestria Girls 2 when Bon Bon and Lyra look at themselves overly friendly?
I don't know. I don't think Ear 4 plays ponies.
Oh, at least something.
But yeah, I watched this censored scene from Steven Universe. I saw it posted on the Tumblrs, and okay.
So, before you describe it, I expect they were half naked, only in their panties, not even with the bras, and they were furiously grinding each other.
Yes, but what actually happened was, okay, I think it was Pearl and Rose Quartz were dancing on a stage, and then they did this thing where they go together and they become one giant thing, and then they did a little wiggle dance where they, swayed from side to side and put their legs
Giant
together
thing?
and stood up slowly. Yep, the giant thing was two girls.
What
made
was
into
it?
a girl.
Oh, I thought it was a Megazord.
Yeah, it was. It was a Megazord girl.
Made
So,
of girls.
so
Alright.
they do this wiggle dance, and Greg, the fat guy who's Steven's dad, is staring at them, and it's fine. But in the UK version, while the fusion of the two girls is doing the wiggly dance, they cut away and just see Greg staring at them playing his guitar. I was just looking at it saying, what? Why was what?
What's so terrible about this? I don't
It's
know.
actually even more suggestive because now you think he's playing the guitar just to hide his erection.
But no, but they just
It's just that they just removed it because whatever. It's not really that they censored it. It's more of like what they censored, and I'm like, when I watched it for the first time, it was like, okay, that is slightly suggestive, but whatever. It's obviously dance they do because they're gems, and it's got like lesbian undertones, but whatever. But apparently, it's a big
It
deal
has
to them.
it has lesbian undertones because they are supposed to be genderless.
well, no, they didn't cut the parts where they morphed together and became one and were like being very friendly with each other. They just cut this 2 second part of the dance where they wiggle.
Wiggling is wiggling is the devil.
Like the rest of the dance was just this one clip. I was like, why was this worse than the rest? What was wrong with that?
Maybe they were maybe it's not censorship, and they were just desperately trying to cut down the runtime of the episode.
They didn't really cut the runtime.
Oh,
Because
they just replaced it with something else. That's correct.
Yeah, they just showed Greg playing his guitar for a second time. It was a small bit of reused footage. I just don't understand why it was censored. The UK censor board is strange, and it shouldn't exist.
And this is from a country where the Guardian exists. It was even praising the fuck out of Steven Universe. They were like, Steven Universe is so progressive! It's fucking amazing.
And then suddenly it's too progressive.
Yeah, it's too progressive for the UK apparently.
I don't know. I don't think the UK is all that progressive, really. Especially not its censor board.
Well, the Guardian is pretty progressive.
The Guardian is one of the most backwards things on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I found some nice articles there. And by nice, I mean hilarious.
Yep.
And by hilarious, I mean Jessica Valenti level. She's a great comedian.
She sure is.
Oh,
anyways, I think...
Yeah.
You want to say something?
No, I just remembered that we talked about 3D for a bit, and I remembered Oculus Rift and all the VRs lately.
I need to buy one of those.
Do we still have to know the topics?
Yeah, we still have a topic.
Okay.
That's actually just one, and it's two. But I'm just gonna skip one because we're running out of time. Okay,
I wanted to talk about VR.
You know what? Let's drop those two topics and talk about VR. So, what is it about VR that you want to talk about?
PlayStation.
Okay.
PlayStation 4. You know, the newest doorstop from Sony. Announced that they will be doing a virtual reality because apparently they can't have Oculus taking over their business, right? So they introduced their virtual reality, and the hilarious thing about it is that PlayStation 4 is this great next-gen console, you know, where you have all the kinematic experiences and you don't need no PC. It can't handle the VR.
Wow. That is a blow to their...
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
The virtual reality headset will have to have its own adapter. Basically a box that will handle the processing because the PlayStation just can't do that.
The PlayStation's graphics card is so shit. If they want to do virtual reality, they need to add a second one.
Exactly.
I still don't get what is so funny about it.
Well, the funny part about this is that consoles are, you know, as good as PCs, and then they introduce a headset.
They never claim to be.
Wait, they introduce a headset specifically made for PlayStation 4, and
What are you talking about, Bag? Console manufacturers claim and boast that their systems are better than PCs constantly.
So, hey, anyway, they introduce a headset specifically for PS4, and it needs another small computer to run. Like, what? I think it's the best.
Well, try to build a 400, even 300 euro PC that can handle VR.
Okay.
They're making those all the time.
Give me 300 euros and a week of time.
You go to fucking V, and there's bound to be a thread that's like, okay, this is the 100th console killer rig building thread. So what parts are buying to build the monster rig that will beat the shit out of?
It's going to be titled something like I got bored over the weekend,
But
and I made another console killer.
Here's an important aspect of PCs versus consoles that mean that cheap PCs will always outperform them, and it's called the graphics settings slider. It's because of that very slider in PC video games that consoles can't do what they can. Because a console can't you can't play Halo 4 in 3D without dropping the graphics settings. Because the Xbox doesn't let you drop the graphics settings to get a better frame rate in 3D. But your PC can. You know, your PC can say, do you know what? I want to play this at 60 frames a second, but I can't quite at full graphics. I'll just turn off all these stupid features, and then you'll get a full 3D experience without...
But it will look like shit.
No, it won't, because even on shit settings, PC games still look better.
That's a good joke.
Okay,
It is.
go download Talos and set it to shit, and watch it run at 250 frames a second, and still look glorious, because that game is fucking beautiful on all settings.
Well, you know how the development goes. They, when you have to take something, a game. Sorry, I began in the wrong way. You develop a game. Let's say you develop a game for PC, and then you need to get it on consoles or even mobile. I don't know, on Wii U, for God's sake. and you just quite can't really take the game and downscale it, because that would require to basically redo to base graphics, because you made them with something strong in mind. So what they do is they develop it so it runs at least at those 24 FPS on the weakest thing they wanted to run on, and then upscale it for the other things.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's why Bug can have a point with that. Some games on low settings will look like shit on PC. Yeah, because they are ported from consoles.
Yeah, that's true. The console games. But
still, it's kind of the convenience, because I still don't think you can get a PC for this price and then be like, oh, let's plug in my Oculus Rift and it will play my 3D games just fine, or VR guys, because that's not gonna happen.
I would disagree a lot on that point. I mean, I spend a lot of money on my computer, but I could spend half as much and still have a very good experience.
Yeah, but is it good enough for VR?
Yes. And it will be.
Did you, what did you pay for your PC?
This one?
Yeah.
Money. I spent €1,200 to build this PC when I first made it.
I didn't spend any euros because we have real money.
But this PC can play every game on the highest settings.
Every game.
And I haven't had any trouble with anything since I built it nearly 8 years ago.
But have you tried Crysis 2?
Yes, at max.
Cool.
Wow, you passed the test.
It's official.
And that was before I got the new graphics card.
Which has 3 fans, guys. 3 fans.
It has 3 fans. So
that's more than.
And it's not a Radeon, so it doesn't really need them.
My 8-year-old computer can still play everything on full settings. I did upgrade one thing, but I didn't actually need to.
It just got some extra money. It was like, oh, a pile of money, let's buy some.
I didn't need to. I was still playing Battlefield 4 on max. And that's a fairly intense game.
Intense.
It's so intense, so many things going on at once.
Is Battlefield 4 the game where you can take a tank and jump on the roof of a skyscraper?
No, that. Well, actually, if you can bug out a tank, you can make it fly to the roof of a skyscraper.
Yeah, that's what happened in the video I saw.
Mm-hmm.
They were in a city and suddenly there was a tank on the roof and it shot down a helicopter.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's possible. But no, my PC can play it. It's undebatable, and it could play everything before I got the new graphics card.
And I've seen the state his PC is in. It's one that it can run.
Yeah, I played. Yeah, the newest game I played on high settings was GTA 5 before I upgraded the graphics card.
So what card did you have before?
Panboy, I don't think GTA 5 is the best benchmark since I ran it, or high, or what's the high before ultra? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Very high.
Yes.
I play on a combination of high, very high with anti-aliasing off because it's just bothersome.
So it wasn't a 5600; it was a 560 GeForce.
Yeah, it's something 60. That's past the entry rank. Because I didn't really count anything lower than 50 as a video card.
The vast bulk of the price of my computer actually came in the processor and motherboard to take the processor.
Because you have the most expensive processor that was able that you were able to buy at the time.
That is not true. It was literally half the price of the other processor that was in the same category.
Okay, it's the second most expensive processor.
Because there was about half a gigahertz difference between them. Mine was 460, and the next one was 1040 or something. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to buy that one.
Anyway,
go on.
Go ahead, because I think we're about to reach the point where we gotta say, well, episode over. But maybe there's one more thing.
I don't want to.
No, you want this podcast to go on forever?
Yes.
Yeah, but it'll go on forever in the next episode, and then we can
I
talk
don't
about.
think so.
Okay, Artrix, you had another topic. Go on.
Thing before I'm going to end this podcast.
Maybe the topic was that he's going to end the podcast.
Oh.
Well, that, but also in about
There's
one.
more.
But wait, there's. Actually, I am shitting a thing. I'm
Artrix cutting off.
I'm going to shill the shit out of something. So listen up.
God.
Yeah, because
Artrix is now drawing softcore porn, guys.
yeah, that's true. I'm drawing softcore. Well, it's not even porn. It's just lewd drawings.
It's so softcore, it's not even porn.
Yeah,
Which disappoints me greatly.
Yep. Panboy expected me to draw the prawns, but I'm not doing that.
Yet.
For it. Anyways, in the past few months, I've been doing some artwork for the My Little Sweetheart project. It's nearing completion, and it's due to be released on February 14th, 2016. It's 2016, you guys. So since it's 2016, and since it's gonna be Valentine's Day, there's gonna be a new art book by the My Little Sweetheart project, and I want you to go and buy it. So yeah, get your money ready. Save up some money. Save up. And
I'm saving for the digital version.
so yeah, also you can commission me for just a reminder that you can commission drawings from the stream. So if you want to see me work on your silly drawing during the podcast, there's a flat fee of €10. You can commission me, and it'll be immortalized. But until the service of YouTube explode, then
Until you get censored for being too Dutch.
or
Can we
that.
commission hardcore porn?
No,
yeah.
but that's because YouTube.
Oh.
Oh.
That's also because I'm not going to accept your hardcore commission porn.
I'm not going to save up anyway. I need to pay money to repair my car and pay bills. To pay the bills each month, and also there might be a digital camera that I want to buy, and then I will be finally able to send dick pics to people.
So in other words, you're saying that you don't have any disposable income, Katja.
Yep.
Except for, buying the camera for the dick pics.
Yep.
Yeah, that's important. That's an important part of my identity as a person on the internet who has a dick.
We didn't even get to discuss all the topics that we had lined up, but some of the topics we may save them for the next episode or whatever.
Well, obviously, your waifu, podcast is shit.
That too. So, yeah, this concludes the 14th episode of Radio Rothingham. I hope you gotten some amusement out of it. I guess you did, because otherwise you wouldn't be listening still. Any parting words, you guys?
Artrix, maybe they will never hear what you just said.
But don't die of plague, it's bad for you.
Yeah, I heard that plague is kind of beneficial to your health, so don't do that shit. Just don't.
And it's important to remember, Muslims are the greatest threat to Europe since the Black Death.
Well, that's racist. It's African American dead.
Northern African. get your shit, get your pronouns right, shitward.
Non-descript, not an African country. Death.
Yep. Anyways, I hope you.
Come on, guys! It's 2016.
Anyways, I'm gonna go and put the German back in his cage, and I hope to see you. Oh yeah. I also got to subscribe and put this in the favorite.
Oh God, not again.
All this shit.
Thank God he cut off.
Well, maybe for you. I will still. The listening can still hear it.
Click buttons.
Things make me rich, whatever. So yeah, this episode ends
So
now.
your money, yes. I mean, at Artrix, because it's not going to give us anything.
No, I never gave anything to you guys, and
Exactly.
so yeah, I'm killing the podcast now.
That's
Okay.
mean.